10. Zook has to get back to the studio, to talk to Zant. She knew most of it, but he needed to see if they needed more info. They are about to be going after the Fang yet again. Hopefully, they would be able to wipe them out this time, but anything is possible. They need to set things up to work on the territory they have. If they can get intelligence from the team that is at the complex, they can do what they can, to set it up not to be a fair fight. When he is able to see the capabilities of the Fang member who might have been the boss, when he went toe-to-toe with a werewolf physically, they needed to cheat. But is driving, he is contemplating, finishing a hunt is like a checkbox marked off for the week. Searching through his own violated home took quite some time. He certainly hated moving, especially now that someone nasty knew where he lived, along with the boss and a new set of ghouls. He likes his setup of getting old truck containers and reusing them. He feels like he is doing his part to use up all the junk humans have used up over the years. Digging them out and putting them someplace else would cost quite a bit and would be hard to block out for all the workers. He decided to start anew, just get new containers, get a new place, and redecorate. He would have to renovate the closet to turn it into the next owner's unknown basement. Perhaps instead he could keep the basement, just pave over the storage containers. He is also thinking of all the new things he could do. Since he now is in a pet mood, maybe he could do fun stuff for them. They could have obstacles to run around, stuff like tunnels, or a little underground. On second thought, if they got noisy or if he can't find them to stop them, he would not be able to reach them if they hid in a tunnel. No, he can figure something else out. Maybe a larger underground area like a running track, or an outside shower to handle a dog so it doesn't mess up the floors. Maybe he would train an attack dog, with claws, but then he would have to protect the floors or get stronger floors. He could also design some shoes or something. Animals usually hated shoes at the bottom of their feet, but maybe something like claw leather gauntlet protectors so they wouldn't scrape against hardwood or linoleum or tile. Perhaps it would not be such a shame to have to move. Sometimes a move can be nice. Then, he could.
Boss?
Being pulled out of his night dream of moving and redecoration, he sees them pull up to the studio a little bit ago. Zook opens up his door and gets out, walking up to the studio. He sees a man standing outside the studio, obviously a guard looking around. He also has a spiral cord leading up to his ear, just watching and paying attention to the area. Zook looks at him as he is looking back, scrutinizing him to find out who is looking at him. He can tell this man is a ghoul. Zook asks,
"You the only one here?"
You supposed to be here?
The man asks back.
"Yes, I am here to see Zant. She is expecting me. You may be new, but you need to know your place."
The mass in front of the door grabs his trench and pulls him closer. Zook tries to trip him to supposedly show him his place, but the man stands firm with Zook's leg behind his.
He's good.
A woman walking up from the side of the building stops the confrontation in its tracks.
"If you didn't know I should be here, you should be nice about it. How could you tell I might be able to be allowed?"
I didn't hear your heart.
"Not bad. If you didn't hear my heart, you know who I might be, so pretend to be nicer. I could have taken offense. I need to get in there."
He continues through the door. He walks in through the lobby of the studio, empty as expected, then into the larger studio of tables and the stage up front. Zant is sitting with Rachel speaking with her. Zant hears Zook enter the room, and looks around the whole place like she is checking around for others as a just-in-case measure. Zook walks up to them and waits till they get done with what is going on. He tells Zant everything, the break into his place, and the loss of the witness. She knew most of the rest, but her eyes opened when the cat came up in discussion. Zant then asks,
"You are telling me that the witness you have is a cat. What did you get out of this cat, and why did you not tell me? I love cats. You are going to get it now."
Zant smiles playfully, not meaning a serious situation. Zook gave some details.
The cat's name is Fluffers. She did let me know that the victim moved around many times, that the cat is forced to leave the place when the keeping vampire is coming over, and she often drank the champagne before he came over. The cat did tell me that she did not really drink much, other than the liquor, or champagne, before the keeper came in to feed from her.
So, what you are trying to tell me, is that a cute little fluffy cat, named Fluffers spoke with you, over some time, and you were able to keep this cat safe, until your home was broken into, by someone who was likely a vampire like us, more likely one of the Fang, and they attacked your ghoul, and took the cat. I get it. We have some of the crew up at the location checking things out. Have you fed?
Yes, I'm fine. I see you haven't been able to get Tina to get you an arm back. Have you tried to get her in on it yet? She does owe you quite a bit.
It won't take me long to convince her. She just needs to study more, using the ability she has inherited from the Fang, and her maker. She should be able to make a recently unattached arm set in with my shoulder, but the magic and blood involved will be more than expected. She will have to attach bone and muscle, and the blood arteries that would usually send blood to and out of the limb. This isn't a commonly done thing. She might need to actually study under a doctor that has put some thought into this sort of thing. Would be nice if I could grow it back, but it isn't that simple. I'm working on her though. I'm not whining and dining her anymore, but she is living for free and really easily because of me. She will remember that, if I have to hammer it in her skull. Anyway, we are starting to get in some pictures from cell phone cameras at the location.
They all are taking a look at the camera pictures that are being sent to Zant's phone. They see what seems to be a large set of doors, postings out front of a skull and crossbones sign, large and closed cement doors, and even other signs marked, condemned, on them as well. There seemed to be a pathway into a hill. Any car would need to travel up by a gravel path, and the cement doors look like they can fit a large car into them for either storage or security. A smaller steel door is fixed into the side of those doors, which looked like large bolts, but seemed old-fashioned, even perhaps a bit discolored from age. They get no pictures for a few minutes, but another is sent for them to see, a man stepping out of the steel door, dressed in a shirt and jeans, looking around cautiously, and closing it from the outside. He walks around on the outside, trying to look casual but is searching around much of the area, possibly either a patrol or scout. This man is not recognized by anyone at the dance studio, but figure whoever it is could just be watching out. Pictures of his face, body, and back are sent back to be checked out. Zant nudges Zook.
Hey, Zook, one thing you can try to check out is to get to the county courthouse. This bunker looks like the ones the country is building close to some military bases. When they were caught building these sorts of things, they sometimes had to register the building, digging, or renovate the county. Some got paid off not to put anything in their records, but we should try to find out if there is anything. This is still within the county here, Jefferson County, and we need to see if there are any old records just in case. Anything hidden we can't figure out along the way, that sort of thing. If they have anything, take it or copy it. I know Petey knows a few lawyers, but some of his blood might know or might be able to get in.
Not a bad idea, boss.
Zant places a hand over her dead heart, faking a smile, she says.
Or, thank you, Zook. I note my good ideas for your pleasure and praise. This is why I think for myself. You are so welcome.
Very funny. I'll see what I can do outside the courthouse. It might be closed up by now. Who do we have as anyone dealing with lawyers, judges, or anyone that might have a key? The cops might have a key, but we might want to make sure. Unless one of ours has a key, get the word out. We don't have anyone here now tonight. Get the word out. I'll head to the courthouse for records. If you can get someone with a key, have them meet me. Someone knowing the county records might be too much to hope for, but we'll see what we can do.
Zook walks the length out of the room and out the door to get back out. He calls out to Bud and says they need to get to the courthouse for something, Bud hops in shortly before Zook to get the car started. The courthouse wasn't far, but he hoped he could have a way in, other than having to find someone who could pick locks. Things could get to the federal level if we started breaking into county records, if caught anyway. Could just do it the old-fashioned way, masks just in case for cameras and break in. It is for a good cause. After about 10 minutes, on the trip down, he gets a text from Zant.
Mick is going to help, he knows where the room is, and he can help. We do not have a key.
Well, at least it is something. He did have Mick's number and told him to park about a block out. He calls up to Bud.
Bud, park a block away, we are doing this the difficult way.
There is a burger fast food place, about a block and a half away from the county courthouse, and Bud parked the very out-of-place town car there, very late.
You are coming, man, we might need another set of eyes. We need ski masks, flashlights, and guns, hopefully, we won't need them. We are meeting another at the building, hopefully, we can figure things out.
Bud gets out as well. Under the rear back seat is a small compartment, one section on each side is for the rigged bear trap under each seat, and another small compartment is for mystery gear, 6 ski masks, and 2 stakes. There were also extra silver bullets due to their activities recently. He had another black shirt that fit him, and black jeans just in case. It is tough to play it off when you have blood and other fluids on yourself from either a hunt gone wrong or other mysterious things that might happen in his little part of the world. They get what they need, close up the seat compartment, and start walking. No one else is on the streets or sidewalks at this hour, just them. At least, that is how it seemed. As they walked closer to the government building, a couple of blocks away, between an apartment building and another office building, a man jumped out showing them a gun in a street light, telling them to stop, and get out their wallets and cell phones. Zook cannot help but laugh out loud in the man's face.
Oh boy, did you choose the wrong two to try to mug tonight? If I wasn't in a hurry, I would really play around, but we are actually busy, so I would like to make a suggestion to you. You should in a polite way put the gun away, turn around and go home.
Bud stays back, and Zook stays back as well, but the man with the gun out, his arm shakes. The mugger gains some confidence.
I am the one with the gun here. Stay back, and pull out your wallets.
Zook wanted to give the mystery man one more chance.
Look, guy, you look new at this, and I am just trying to warn you. You do not want to pull that trigger. Look at what I am trying to tell you. Look at my face, do I look worried?
Zook is getting an annoying feeling, this is going to take longer than expected.
Look, guy.
He starts to influence the man when he pulls the trigger of his gun. The bullet punches into Zook's chest, through his shirt, and he is able to not be hurt by the bullet. His body is sturdy, and he could not take many bullets, but one from a small 6-shooter is probably fine. Since it didn't punch in, he at least would not need to use some blood to heal. After just hunting he would have been irritated. Bud springs into action, slightly kneeling and pouncing on the mugger, pushing him over, grabbing the gun, and taking it with ease.
Sheesh, see now we have a problem. Not only will I need to mess with your mind, but now we have to assume someone heard that shot. Bud, keep that, and mask up.
He says, pointing at the gun. Bud pulls the ski mask from his pocket, and Zook does as well to put it on. The mugger's eyes widen.
How are you not?
Zook locks eyes on the fool.
Quiet you. Damn it.
Influencing the man, he rewrites the last 15 minutes of what he remembers.
You heard 2 men coming down the street, but decided that you forgot your gun at home, and no longer remember where you put it. You hid behind this building, just watching the 2 men walk by, and really wished you had not forgotten your gun because it might have been worth it. When we let you go, you will look down at your shoes for the next 30 seconds, then wonder why, as you look down the street and the 2 who were a possible mark are walking away. You will go home because you figure no one else is around tonight, so you should just stay there.
Seconds later, the man rolls onto his side by Bud and he lays there, moving his feet along the ground to where he could see them, then looks at his shoes. Bud and Zook walked off.
Damn it. I like this shirt.